What's up, guys?
And girls.
So, today we are continuing our squirrel, what do they call it? The Ultimate Squirrel Feeder video by Mark Rober.
My favorite squirrel video.
Of all time. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
so,
it's really, really cool.
Yeah, so let's get right back into it.
The squirrels were most active from 6 to 10 a.m. So every morning I've been getting up before the sunrise to start filming from in my house like one of those camouflage nature photographers. Only like a suburbanized version. I've also had a handful of streaming cameras rolling 24/7, which has allowed me to make such discoveries as we have the world's worst guard dog. Thanks for the help, pal. Now back to the homewrecker. You can see Rick is instinctively suspicious of this gold digger, and only for a brief moment puts his full weight on the platform. I told you he was smart. His buddy Marty, on the other hand...
Oh, it's suspended.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Aww.
She is a cruel mistress. And because I know my wife is going to ask me, no, this will not hurt the squirrel for two reasons. Number one, they are amazing like cats and always land on their feet. And two, they themselves were jumping from this height all the time, and in some cases, much higher. In fact, squirrels are one of the few mammals that can survive a fall from any height because they make their terminal velocity so low. You can see it right here.
Goodness.
They make their body as flat as possible, then put their tail back to increase drag. They basically become their own parachute. And then right before they land, they pull in and fully extend their arms and legs to act as shock-absorbing landing gear. This is so cool. Now back to the course, where even smart Rick eventually lets his guard down, which is exactly when she strikes. But just like all the other obstacles so far, after a day or two they'd mastered it. In this case, even disregarding her offering of a fresh walnut.
Wow.
Now on to the Slinky Bridge of Deception, and this was the sleeper obstacle in my book. That is not a large gap, which they can easily jump, but having the Slinky there just threw them off somehow. You see how much Frank is struggling here, and he's the brave one. And Rick only jumps when Marty shows up for emotional support. But like all the obstacles so far, after a day or two, they'd mastered it. Now on to our third to last obstacle, the tourist trap. And this one was just a freaking delight. A little peanut butter really did the trick here.
Oh my goodness!
Now here comes Fat Gus,
adorable.
I mean, how Fat Gus is this? He sees the camera and he's like, "Paint me like one of your French stars." No? No takers? Alright. Here's another classic Gus, where he looks at the camera. Wait a second. Play that back. And freeze. Zoom. Enhance. Well, turns out Fat Gus is not a dude.
girl.
And he's pregnant. Which meant I was suddenly feeling real uncomfortable about all those weight comments. So after a bit of a pivot to smooth things over, we soldiered on to the quad steps of great elevation.
That's funny.
Confident, almost to his demise. But he pulls off the smooth recovery. So after not much time at all, they were looking pretty good here. In fact, one morning I noticed Marty totally skipped the last step altogether, which I took as a challenge, and so I removed the middle step to see what they would do. And who else but Fantastic Gus? Let's slow that down a bit.
Whoa.
They're such amazing jumpers, so I suppose the quick mastery here wasn't a surprise. I mean, this right here is probably a 10-foot jump.
Whoa.
And here's some classic brave but dumb Frank. He'd already entered the course normally and made it to the homewrecker at least a dozen times by this point. And yet for some reason, he decides this 12-foot jump is his best course of action. Smart Rick was the first one to enter the course, so in the end, after about a week of effort, it was fitting he was the one to make it to the jackpot first.
He got scared,
and he's so stoked, he apparently wants to run the whole course in reverse. In hindsight, we probably should have made the jackpot a little quieter. Here's Marty, as always, not far behind.
He got scared.
Yeah.
He's also a bit flighty, as you know, which worked against him here, because down below Fantastic Gus, ever the opportunist, comes through with a real stroke of brilliance.
There you
but
go.
pretty soon Marty comes back like, I'm the one who kinda earned it. And then Fantastic Gus is like, you snoozy loose sucker! And might I just say, Fantastic Us, when you
They
sit like
love
that, you will get
walnuts.
for 700 grams.
Look how
Eventually, they learned that
cute.
sound was a good thing, and they quickly returned for their reward before Fantastic Gus got any ideas. So here's a single camera shot of a full run, and by the end, all of them could do the full course in less than 40 seconds.
Wow.
And while we're watching,
Wow.
you might be wondering what happened to the squirrel output. Unfortunately, they didn't really fall for my illusion much, but I'm about to show you the 2 times they did. And as a promise to my wife, I turned the pressure to only 40% full power, so the acceleration the squirrel would feel is about half a G, which is 10 times less than a typical roller coaster. Additionally, I never turned on either the home wrecker trapdoor or the launch platform when I wasn't actively watching from inside my house where I had a manual override button. Because as safe as it was, something about launching Fantastic Gus just didn't feel right. Now what you're about to see is going to look pretty chaotic, but when we check the slow-mo, amazingly, I'll show you how the squirrel is totally in control pretty much the whole time. Alright, here's the second angle. Also, even if you don't trust my calculations, I can assure you that the squirrels did not care. In both launch cases, they were back up on the course in like 5 minutes. Here's the slow-mo, and see if you can spot the 2 critical things he does to make sure he lands feet down. Did you catch it? The first critical moment is right here. He's already done the predictive math, and he's locked his head on the spot where he plans to land. And now his head will not lose that lock the whole way down. What's crazy is the time it takes him to do all the predictive math to know exactly where he will land and to lock his head is 300 milliseconds. That's exactly this long, literally less than the blink of an eye. That blows my mind, but if you think about it, it makes sense these reactions would have evolved to be razor sharp if you live your life in the trees, constantly making split-second decisions. And besides picking a landing spot with his head, the second trick is with his arms. When he wants to keep his upper body from rotating, he has his arms out. But the moment he wants to rotate his upper body quickly, he tucks them in. And then when he wants to stop rotating,
It's like those
he extends them out
freestyle
again.
skiers. Yeah.
This is straight up conservation of angular momentum. It's the same trick ice skaters use. Basically, bring your limbs in if you want to rotate fast, extend them out if you want to slow the rotation. My buddy Destin from Smarter Everyday also made a video analyzing how cats always land on their feet, and they do the exact same 2 tricks. The head target lock and bringing limbs in to rotate and out to stop rotation. Here's the second launch. So this may look like pure luck in real time, but the slow-mo tells a different story. In that amount of time, he's already made a slight lateral push in that direction and locked his landing target with his head.
Wow.
We know from the previous clip he can rotate his body to any orientation, but he doesn't in this case because he sees his small push has already aligned him for the perfect landing. That's just so cool. And so after those 2 physics demonstrations, I disabled both the launcher and the home wrecker trapdoor and just let them enjoy the course in peace. As far as I was concerned, they had earned it. Plus, after spending a month together, we were sort of bros by this point. If they saw me coming out to work, they would certainly jump away, but then they'd just quickly be right back. And sadly, all good things must come to an end, and because I didn't want them to develop an unhealthy dependence on my handouts, after about a week of free reign, I took down the course, but in its place, I put up a specialized squirrel-sized picnic table. Every morning, this door opens to release just a few walnuts as a little treat to remind them of our good times together. Although I have to laugh that after all this, somehow I didn't anticipate on day 1, Frank would immediately try and figure out and partially succeed in finding a way to meet the system. Like everything else though, they quickly caught on, and now in some mornings I'll catch them just waiting for the daily ration, chilling patiently on the bench seat. That is everyone but Fantastic Gus. Don't ever change, buddy. When I started this 2-month-long adventure trying to birdwatch, I had no idea I would enjoy squirrel watching so much more. It's also made me realize that even amongst the structures and pavement and power lines, how interesting nature can be in a single suburban backyard if you just really stop to look. Even the plants are amazing. I had no idea that as vines grow, they spin around looking for something to grab onto. I didn't anticipate the wide variety of animals that use fences as inner-yard highways to get around as a substitute for all the trees that existed before we got here. Even little interactions like this spider extending his life with this very timely leap into the unknown were just so delightful to see. But of all the animals, I can definitively say now that squirrels are my absolute favorite. And they're certainly a more formidable adversary.
One got into our house.
Kind of adorable,
Like,
incredibly crafty,
when I was a little
curious
girl.
by nature,
I was so
athletic,
scared.
and persistent. Turns out squirrels can live to be 20 years old, and so I like to think that someday Fantastic Gus will bring his grand squirrels to the fence and regale them with tales of cowboys and courage and legendary walnut piles.
This is so cute. I love this video. Aww.
That was awesome.
If you find yourself bored and you like the idea of making a Squirrel Ninja Warrior course, but you don't have the skills or the squirrels, then here's basically the next best thing for my friends at KiwiCo. If you somehow don't already know, they deliver really cool monthly crates that are designed to flex your brain muscles as a maker and a creator, and be really fun at the same time. So for example, this one comes with kid-friendly build instructions, plus all the supplies you'll need to put it together so there's never any extra trips to the store. Each one also includes a booklet that talks about the science principles, and where you might see examples of this in real life. My family loves them.
Yeah.
And their headquarters is like a 10-minute bike ride from my house, so I occasionally drop in to see their latest designs, like this super clever air hockey build. Instead of having the table have all the air, do it in the puck. Check that. But unfortunately with Destin and I, their turn didn't last long. They have 8 different crate lines that cover the full STEAM spectrum from science and engineering to art and design, geared towards all different ages as well. So if you want to support my channel and you want a really fun way to grow your brain in all the right ways, go to kiwico.com/MarkRover or use the link in the video description.
That's awesome.
Very creative.
Yeah,
this also makes for a really great gift for any young person in your life. So thanks to KiwiCo for being so awesome, and thanks to you for watching.
Awesome.
That was really cool.
That was super cool.
I have a newfound respect for squirrels.
That was awesome. That was super cool.
So my house back home, remember Mom would call me every single day.
Oh yeah, because of squirrels?
I think it was 4 or 5 of them.
Wasn't there a nest right outside the window?
There was a nest right outside the window, out back. And
now we can trap one and keep it. No.
Can you imagine having a squirrel as a pet?
That was awesome.
They have rabies though, right? They have rabies. No? I heard they have rabies.
Some might, but I don't think it's a thing that all squirrels have rabies.
Anyway, do you guys like squirrels?
After this video, we would be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Comment down below. Let us know what you think of the video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell. We would really appreciate it. We appreciate all the support.
Yes, thanks, guys.
Thank you guys for watching.